Hello there, everyone. My name is Nick Burnham from OnlySP.com, and this is a first impressions video of Daylight. Now, this game was developed by Zombie Studios and published by Atlas. It just came out a little while ago. It's available on Steam and PS4. I'm going to be showing you the PC version today. It's about $15, and it's not bad. I actually reviewed it for OnlySP, and the review went up yesterday. So you guys can definitely go check that out if you're interested in more of the finer details of the game and my opinions on it. And I will be bringing you guys some of that today. So before we jump in, I'm going to show you some of the settings we've got available to us. There's 3 difficulties: easy, medium, and hard. Various boring stuff. Actually, quite a lot of graphics options. And I have noticed some slowdown on my PC while playing this. And my PC is no slouch. So I don't know if that's the game or my PC, but if you want to get it to run perfectly, I'd suggest messing around with this stuff a lot. Obviously, you folks on PS4 aren't going to have that problem, at least I hope not. There is one interesting feature in this game. There's a Twitch integration of sorts. If you're playing this game on Twitch, people can input commands, and certain stuff is going to happen in the game. I haven't actually tried that so far, but it sounds cool. But then you can look at the credits, and pretty simple controls. It's a first-person game. You're going to be using your mouse mainly. Got a couple buttons to worry about, but nothing overly complicated. But yeah, let's jump right in here. I'm going to be showing you the second section of the game. And hopefully this loading screen doesn't crash on us. If the game crashes, it's always at this point for me. Or it just doesn't start up at all. Here we go. Alright. So yeah, this is a first-person survival horror game, and kind of the same vein as the Slender Man game. I don't know. I don't know too much about those games, but your main goal is to go around and collect remnants, which are pieces of the protagonist's past, and the past of this location that she's stuck in. You play as Sarah, who is a young woman who doesn't really know why she's here, doesn't really remember a lot of things, at least that she says. And we kind of find our way around by the way of the glow of our smartphone. As you can see, Sarah holds this up constantly, and conveniently enough, we have a map on the phone as well, which kind of helps us find our way. The map is kind of clunky, kind of hard to see. You can get a closer view by pressing M. You can zoom in and zoom out, although I don't know how much help that really gives you. You can't move around in the map at all, besides zooming in and zooming out, so most of the time I don't do that, but if I do need a closer look at something, then I will bring it in. Now this is a remnant. You can pick it up just by left-clicking on it. So let's see what it says. Looks like this particular one is a note from the Mid-Island Hospital. You'll find all kinds of these things. Some will be journal entries, some will be letters, some will be files from the hospital or other areas, some will be newspaper clippings, all kinds of stuff. And they're actually fairly well written, and it's usually worthwhile to read them all if you want to really piece together who Sarah is and why she's here and what this place is, then reading the remnants is pretty essential. And I think that's exactly the same one that we just pulled up. It looked exactly the same anyway. What else can I show you guys? You've got two main tools at your disposal here. You've got flares and glow sticks. Now glow sticks, which I'll show you right here, can help you find hidden interactable objects in the environment. Doesn't seem like there are any here. Uh-oh. Now that right there is a shadow, and shadows will pretty much plague your every move in this game. They'll be with you throughout the entire 3-hour experience, and they're there to stop Sarah from progressing, but luckily you have another tool at your disposal. Besides the glow stick, that is the flare, and flares will keep shadows away for the most part. Doesn't stop them permanently, but it will save your ass if you're in a tight spot, or if you really need to make a run for it. You can run with shift, walking around with WASD, pretty typical. Now this game does run in the Unreal 4 engine, so it looks, you know, not bad. Some of the textures are kind of, you know, whatever. A little plain and simple, but everything looks pretty healthy. Not a lot of style to it, but it could be a lot worse. As you can see, I'm kind of in this warehousey section.
Stop! Stop!
So much pain and suffering. And from those who would seek only solace.
So yeah,
What ails you, Sarah?
a couple things happen there.
Perhaps truth. Really pure. Never simple.
The guy talking to you, the narrator, is Dr. Mercer. And he'll be with you throughout the entire game as well, kind of telling you where to go and what to do, and commenting on various things that happen to you, like that vision that we just had. You'll see those periodically as well, and man, that is a lot of boxes. Never really realized how many boxes are in this room. Walking around, not much to see here. Now this is one of the few box moving puzzles. They're not hard at all, really. They're not challenging. They're not really interesting, but thankfully they are few and far between in this game. There's only like a handful, I believe. So, pretty simple. Now we need to turn on this power switch here.
Does being out of the dark make you feel better? Well, it shouldn't.
And every once in a while, Sarah will see objects flying around, kind of poltergeisting around, I guess. And some screaming, and there's just a ton of jump scares in this game. Whether or not they affect you, it's kind of up to your own personality and how much typical horror fare that you can stomach, I guess. But I have been scared quite a lot and often in my playthrough. of this game. So it does work on a horror level, and I think that's one of the main strengths of this game is just the presentation of all the horror aspects, I guess. The jump scares do get a little old just because they come so frequently, but in a 3-hour game, you can kind of forgive it. So they could have done better there. We'll just jump down here, I think. Maybe I did that wrong. Oh no, I didn't. So now we're supposed to go... Well, I thought we were supposed to go through that door. There we go. Yep. This power's back on. So we can make our way this way. You'll notice these little X's on the map, and those represent the remnants that we've found so far. It's not that useful because the map won't really show you what remnants you need to find still, or where they are in the environment before you pick them up. But I'll make damn sure you remember where they were. Just kind of running on through this empty corridor here. Every once in a while you'll see pictures from the hospital.
Your blood is thicker than water.
That's a very, very good clue, actually, to Sarah's origins. And the game does have kind of a twist ending,
Oh my god, what was that sound?
which you might be able to guess at the further you go. But now we've entered one of the more procedurally generated sections of the game, which is most of them. That last section we came to is pretty much the same every time you go through it. But these rooms that we're going into now are all randomly laid out. You'll see in the bottom right, our remnant counter turns to 0 out of 6, which means we have to find 6 remnants in this section to progress. And conveniently enough, the sigil is here. And when we've collected all 6 remnants of this section, the sigil will appear here. And the sigils are just objects from Sarah's past that might give you a clue about who she is and where she's been, and more importantly, they allow us to progress to the next section, because we can only unlock the gated door in this section by carrying the sigil to it. And again, you'll see random things happen, like lights flickering on and off, and chairs moving around, drawers opening by themselves, that kind of stuff. Here's our first remnant. Now, every time we pick up a remnant, our threat meter is going to go up. Right now, it's just like a big white moon shape. But as we pick up more remnants, the threat meter will fill in with black, and it'll start out as a sliver of a crescent moon, and then become a half moon, and eventually a full moon. And at that point,
Is there anybody in there?
we'll pretty much be under constant attack by the shadows. And as you could guess, the more and more your threat meter fills up, the more and more shadows you're going to run into. And the more flares you're going to be relying on, pretty much. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys that. We're going to be walking around opening a ton of doors in this game. Better get used to that door opening sound. I'm just going to burn a glow stick here. They do help you figure out what things you haven't opened yet. And as you can see, they also trace your footsteps, your most recent footsteps anyway. And that can help if you need to figure out where you haven't gone yet, or how to get back to an area, like how to get back to that sigil area again. It's really helpful. Some of these sections in the hospital area have multiple floors that you need to look around, and I actually never noticed that the steps actually show up on the bottom of the floor as well, but as you can see, they don't stay there forever. So, don't really know how helpful those footprints are if they disappear after that short amount of time, but they can be helpful. But the sound design of this game is really the bread and butter, and I think really what makes the horror come through, and the tone and the atmosphere. I mean, the lighting helps a lot, but it's pretty much dark all the time. Whenever you do come across a window, it's pretty much impossible to see anything through it. Not really interesting. So the music and the sound design are really what do it for me. The screams in the background and just the squeaks and the bangs and everything. The footsteps. It's all done really, really well. And I really wish the rest of this game could have held up to that high of a standard, but you know, it's obviously on a pretty tight budget, so you can't fault it too bad for that, I guess. That's number 2. Usually I find I found a lot more remnants by now, so there's 3. As you can see, that file cabinet just fell over. Spooky file cabinets abound in this game.
Anybody there?
Alright, it sounds like we're gonna get attacked by a shadow here soon.
God.
Yep, there we go. Alright, I was able to show you guys that. There. Man, I even got my heart racing a little bit already. Gives me goosebumps whenever they appear behind me, you know. But our threat meter is full enough now that we're gonna get attacked more frequently. And I'm just trying to figure out if we had somewhere else to go right now. There she is. Again, our map is not really that helpful in figuring out where to go. But apparently we do still have 3 remnants to find, so... there might be one in here. Yep. Good to know. Man, that was right at the start of the level, too, pretty much. Let's check back here just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I guess you could even backtrack all the way into the crate area if you wanted to. I wouldn't suggest doing that, though. Well, I don't think they ever put any remnants in the sigil area, but good to check, I guess. I always end up missing easy remnants around here, so... Just gonna go through all these rooms again, double check. And that's one of the most frustrating parts of this game, is you will have to, at one point or another, backtrack a lot in order to find all the remnants, and it's especially if you're prone to overlooking things or you don't check all your corners. But seems like we've done a pretty thorough job so far. Only got 2 left. I guess it's really the only way we can go in this hallway here. Man, that music will freak you out. I definitely suggest playing this game in the dark and wearing stereo headphones while you're playing for the kind of the more full experience. Alright, we're back in this forked path here. We found an object down there. We found one in here, so there's probably not any more there. And there's no way to really move through any areas with debris blocking them. You just kind of have to make your way. I'm gonna pop another glow stick here. Maybe we can find something. We haven't yet? Man. Either these are really well hidden or... I don't know. Sometimes I suspect that the game just didn't load enough remnants in an area. And it doesn't seem like that should be possible, but it's happened to me a couple times where I swear I've been everywhere in a section and not been able to find anything. Like, I even said in the review at one point I was in one of the sewer areas and I had 5 remnants and I needed 6, and the 6th one was just nowhere. Like, well, just like now, apparently. Which is not great for a first impressions video, because I would really like to show you guys some more stuff here. So I might have to reload and get another randomly generated level here, because I really don't know what to do now.
Anybody there?
I don't think we missed a turn anywhere. I haven't missed any doors. Huh. I'm really at a loss here. Well, let's see what we can do with a new story here, in a manner of speaking. Now, you can't save in this game, unfortunately. It saves automatically after every section is completed, but you can't really choose what chapter you want to go to. You can't like replay sections at will, except for like now with this the section that you're currently on. So kind of difficult in that respect to find something really particular to show you guys. Number 1. Okay, we're still back in this hallway, so it's not counting yet. Don't really need to pick those up. After we go through this door, though, I wonder if this is going to count. No. This is not part of that section.
Your blood is thicker than water.
But like I kind of hinted at before, there are other sections in this game besides this hospital area. There is a sewer and a forest. Okay, the sigil happened to be right here again. And it might have loaded us into exactly the same section, which is kind of looking like now. which is unfortunate. Although there seem to be some minor differences. I don't see any remnants around here anyway.
I know there's somebody here.
And the later sections of this game, the forest in particular, are a lot more interesting and really open up a lot more. You really feel kind of claustrophobic in these hospital areas, and
Oh my god. What was that sound?
they're not all that interesting to look at after a while. Alright. So I think we definitely did get a different level, but it's only slightly different. The remnant placements are definitely different. Man, there's just nothing here. Well, this is just an example of how you can get screwed by the procedurally generated level design and just how unhelpful it can be. Wow. I've never seen the game only give me one remnant. Kinda crazy. Wow. Well, you can't really argue with that. There's nothing here. Well, I guess that's all she wrote, folks. You know, we could try loading this again, but I think you guys have got a pretty good idea of what this game is about now.
What's that?
Sorry I can't really show you a sigil, but, you know, I don't want to spoil too much. And, anyway, if you're interested in this game at all, I'd say check it out if you've got the $15 to spare. I'm sure it'll go on mega sale earlier or later in the summer for the Steam sale and whatnot. I could see this game going for $5 eventually, honestly. It's got a lot of shortcomings and clunky things about it, and obviously the randomness of it is a little too random. Because it's halting our progression here, but... Oh, there's one. But if you like hidden object games and Slender Man type games and just horror games in general, I think you'll dig it. It's 3 hours long, so it's not going to be a huge waste of time or anything. And again, like I said, there are some things that really stand out and shine in this game. Oh, there we got an attack again. Man, you gotta love the sound effects there. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions video, and I hope I answered all your questions. I've been Nick Burnham. Please check out my review for this game on OnlySP.com if you're so inclined, and keep it locked to OnlySP for all your video game news, reviews, and everything in between. So, see you guys later. Bye.